What's going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Saturday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, Chris Carter, CC, one of the greatest receivers of all time, one of the greatest Vikings receivers of all time as well, Hall of Famer, Ring of Honor, everything like that, made an appearance at Vikings training camp on Friday, showed a little love to Justin freaking Jefferson as well as Jordan Addison. Now, kind of rooting for CC and Addison to have a little conversation off to the side after practice. Know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, greatness, respecting greatness, which is awesome to see. Love that. Plus, I adore that former Vikings, and Kevin O'Connell, like they feel comfortable coming back to practice, right? So not every head coach is all about the alumni coming back, but Burke and Rudolph were there the other day. Yeah, now CC here. It's good to see, man. Especially once the fans come back as well. I'm sure like more alumni will be rolling through. I actually think that a couple of them will be doing autographs and stuff in a structured, show up to the desk, that sort of thing. But it's good to see Chris Carter there. Also good to see. So, hey, remember when Packers fans were always talking about the Vikings are screwed because of Kirk Cousins' effect on the salary cap? Hey, do those things still apply? I don't know, man. But Packers, Jordan Love, 4-year extension, $220 million, highest paid quarterback in NFL history. Now, what's interesting is, so they're rolling all the highlight packages, just like, oh, did you know that the Packers have had 32 years of quarterback play? And all the highlights for Jordan Love are after Week 10. Did you notice that? It's almost like he was ass. Thank you for the bulk of the first half of the season. It's like, oh, what happened? What happened here? 24 of 41, that's not good. 229, 5.6 yards per attempt. That's also very booty. Threw an interception, sacked 4 times, 19.3 QBR. That's on a scale of 100. 72.1 quarterback rating. That's like it's like Passionate versus the Raiders numbers. No, so it's okay. It's okay. Hey, we won't talk about the other one, but what happened in your building when the Vikings were at full strength? No big deal. It's okay. Just overpay a quarterback that certainly could still be a flash in the pan, and make sure that you don't have enough monies to pay all of your wide receiver twos. It's okay. Just go ahead. Also, same day, Tua, another quarterback in that 2020 first round, he got extended as well. 4-year, $212.4 million extension, $53.1 million average, blah, 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 blah. So Tua got paid as well. It didn't break the market, but Tua's interesting because I want to believe in Tua. Like, I like him as a dude, but can he be that quarterback that gets you to the next level? I mean, he's surrounded by talent with the Dolphins. I like him meshing with Mike McDaniel, but can Tua be that guy, right? You can put up the numbers, sure, all the highlights and stuff, but crunch time, can he get it done? He certainly got it done at Alabama, but can he do it in the NFL? We'll see. But also, it's funny because contracts are always just like a game of leapfrog, and players in a strata, like, doesn't even have to be the best player in the league, but just in a certain strata, like, the top 8 to 10 quarterbacks at their position will just leapfrog each other over and over. By the way, that Mahomes 10-year, $450 million deal, steal. Looking really damn good right now. So Rich Eisen tweeted this out. He's a Michigan man. Big J.J. McCarthy fan. The new top 8 annually paid quarterbacks in the NFL, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Jumpin' Joe Burrow, each at 55, Tua at 53 and change, Jared Goff at 53. Does Tua and Jared Goff have a beef? Is that why they paid him like a penny more? Herbert, Lamar, and Jalen Hurts. All 3 of those guys got paid in the distant past, and they got lapped. It's funny, man. But combined playoff records, 16 and 17. Combined Super Bowls, 3. Combined Super Bowl wins, 0. Paying and hoping. So let's see here. Jared Goff had a Super Bowl appearance. Burrow had 1, and Hurts had 1. I'm really smart. Yeah, we're just really smart. But hey, it's tough to find an elite quarterback, and also there's only one Mahomes. That's it. I guess there's only one Brock Purdy. Well, technically, there's only one of each of these guys. Wouldn't it be? So I always had this thought as a kid, like, not that there was a twin of me, because I feel like one of me is more than enough to handle. But producer Ali says that all the time. But I want to believe like there's a legitimate clone of me, like those Scottish scientists who were cloning the sheep were just like, yeah, let's just clone Andy. Or so I forget which corporation just bought Ancestry.com, and that was my concern too, because I'm not like a tinfoil conspiracy hat guy, but everyone's submitting like their spit and DNA to find out, well, I'm allergic to wheat, or apparently I'm 87% Japanese versus 50-50, which I thought my entire life, which sort of shook me. But now, like, they have like hundreds of millions of people's DNA. Like, will they clone me? Why not? Hey, if they clone me, I could take a day off. But it's football season and super. Here's the two. So we also said that this is year 12 of the podcast, and I'm still having fun. Hope you guys are still having fun. We're gonna keep doing this until it's not fun. That's pretty much it. So Byron Murphy II, rookie out of Texas, first rounder by the Seattle Seahawks. So he's been involved in some allegedly something. You can look it up. It's a family show, right? But so Byron Murphy II is not Byron Murphy Jr. And through the draft process, like I love Murphy II out of Texas, quasi Texas fan, hooking baby. And of course, that would address a huge position need for the Vikings. But also, we would have cornered the market on Byron Murphy, on secondary Byron Murphys, the seconds and the juniors. It's funny, man. It's like how we cornered the market on the Dalvins when we had Dalvin Cook and Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson. It was great. But so Byron Murphy Jr., who, again, it'd be one thing if they're both named Byron Murphy. I mean, it seems like a rather common, well, not rather common, but like common-ish combination. But to have them be a junior and a second, it's kind of funny, man. But Murph tweeted out on Friday night, wrong Byron Murphy. Because I'm sure that his mentions have just been blowing up since the Murphy II story broke. So it's funny, man. Byron Murphy Jr.'s got jokes. Also, so Murph is headed into the final year of his 2-year deal that he signed last offseason, coming over from the Arizona Cardinals. Purple Persuasion, go. Vikings quarterback Byron Murphy Jr. was speaking to reporters yesterday and had this to say, quote, I definitely got a chip on my shoulder. It's my last year here. I want to stay here for the rest of my career. I love this place. I love Murphy Jr. too, and even though he's had health issues throughout his career, like he's a dog going all the way back to Washington, literally, and I love that he can play inside, outside. I think that he really is a tone setter. I love his leadership, him hanging out after practice, going over things with Dwight McGlothern. I love, McGlothern is ostensibly coming for Murphy's job. And Murphy is still imparting wisdom and taking on a mentor role. That's leadership right there, man. That's putting the team first, and something I love. I would look to extend Murphy. Would love to keep him in purple for the next couple of years. Also, staying in purple for the next couple of years, Diamond Dallas Turner, who is hopefully going to become one of the best edge rushers in the game, talked about going up against Christian Darrisaw, who just became the highest paid left tackle in the game. Purple Persuasion. Turner on what it's like going up against a star left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, quote, I ain't going to lie, he hard. I know if I go against a guy like that in practice, every day in practice, the game's going to be easy. Plus, Turner has talked about where he and Darrisaw will converse after practice and talk about techniques and scouting reports and stuff, because Darrisaw obviously watches film, and of course being a technician of the left tackle position, like he understands like coming up in the schedule, like he's aware of the left tackles of the opposing teams, and he can give valuable scouting insights and tendencies and everything like that to his edge rushers. And Diamond Dallas Turner, I love that. I love when young guys come in to camp thinking that they didn't, not thinking that they invented football, because a lot of rookies come in, big man on campus ever since Pop Warner, can't tell me nothing. I feel like they invented the game. Nah. But Dallas Turner is going to be fantastic, man. And also, the whole iron sharpens iron thing. It's just like the cornerbacks who have to go up against Jefferson and Addison every single day. And also, it's something that you don't think about much, but Darnold and McCarthy at their pressers yesterday, or at the end of the week, talked about going up against Flores' defense every single day. Now, in training camp, this isn't a scout team situation because you don't have a regular season opponent on the horizon. So the offense is running their offense, the defense is running their defense, and in terms of complexity, in terms of disguises, bluffing, blitzing, just being aggressive and constantly being in your face, like the Flores defense is pretty damn legit, man. even in unpadded practices. But yeah, iron does indeed sharpen iron. Also, speaking of love, Makai Blackman took to Instagram, posted this on his stories. Unfortunately, tore his ACL in the first practice. The second-year man out of USC was looking to make a big-time impact this year. This is what he said. Thank each and every one of y'all for the prayers and wishes. It's too many to thank individually, but I appreciate it. Don't feel sorry or bad for me. I'm going to be all good. These are just the cards I was dealt, and they can be a whole lot worse. Hashtag thank God. So, Blackman, having good perspective on it, and Flores was, really hyping up Blackman too. It's like, 10 years down the road, this is just going to be a bump in the road for Makai Blackman, because I think he's a supreme talent. I think that he's a guy that's going to bust his ass, come back from rehab. Hell, he may, when the Vikings have a deep playoff run, he may be able to sneak back on the field. Who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah, sending all of our love to Makai Blackman. Heal up and get after things. Love the pride of USC. Also, so a couple interesting, fantastic hires for the Vikings. The Vikings have named Jasper Brinkley Director of Player Engagement and Arkeem Bird Assistant Director of Player Engagement. So on the player engagement side, so two guys that are going to be intermediaries between players, former players, as well as the team. And also Jasper Brinkley, you'll remember him. All right, so the pride of South Carolina, go Gamecocks. He was a badass middle linebacker for a couple years for the Vikings, and I mean, Jasper was definitely a lunch pail dude. Like, he was going to rack up and stack up tackles. He's going to be tough, physical, hard-nosed linebacker, like sort of a throwback. Like, he was Dwayne Davis in the program, Wyatt Davis's dad. It's awesome, man. So, good to see Jasper find his next mission, and love to see him growing and showing here with the Vikings. It's good to see. Also good to see is fans back. TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill practice today. Football is back, baby. That's right. So now everyone can film like Zapruder film. J.J. McCarthy throws. It's good, man. It's good. And it's just another step. Night practice is coming up on the 5th, I believe. Something like that. But yeah, it is a sign that football is indeed back, and I'm just loving it. It's good times, baby. But that's it. Vikings news dump for this beautiful Saturday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.